YouTube. That's honestly pretty accurate, yeah, right? Sorry, Timothy Champagne. Okay, alright. YouTube started. Hello, YouTube. We're about to start the build stream. Okay. I have TwitchCon next weekend. And with the help of Fat Free Water, I'm getting these like little custom clickers. So if I have extra, maybe I'll start selling or giving them away. Yeah, they're like the little fidget toys. Wow, Capo, you've done 2 of the songs. This is just my Discover Weekly. Yeah. Alright. So today we are building the Qi65. Well, okay. So Qi, but is it, or is it the American pronunciation of key? I'm not sure, but Qi65, okay. It's just like when GMK Tutsu came out and everyone's like tweets, how did they say it? They said Tutsi, and I was like, oh god. But anyways, not really sure what pronunciation this is going for. It's called Qi65, and this is going to be the V2. Hello, Big Tater. But yeah, so let's look at it. This package was almost not delivered, but here we are. Oh, it's already built? Oh, it's already built? Is this hot swap? Okay, it is. It is hot swap. Alright, well, it is already built, so I just gotta put keycaps on, and that's it. Nice, nice. This is actually sent to me from Alex, so if you heard Alex's build, this is probably the one he used. I know, right? Don't worry, I got a bunch of different plates, so we're gonna get into it. Okay. So the R2 is gonna go live on UniKeys sometime around the end of this month. I was hoping to see the Dark A version. Yeah, I mean, I have the same one that Alex had, so unfortunately sometimes that's like how it is, where there's only like 1 unit being passed around, or there's like 3 units being passed around. I'm not really sure who is going to be building it. Let me see. Uniki might have posted something in their Discord. This is the... They have so many channels. Oh my god. Oh my god. As long as this wood is striking and beautiful, I won't be tempted to buy it easy. I mean, looking from the back, it's actually like really cool looking. Hello, Eggy. What does Alex smell like? I have no clue. I've never met Alex. Oh, I see, I see. It's this one. Ian Studio. Oh, objective. Thank you for the 29. Hello. Hello. Is this already live? Uh, oh, this has already been live. Oh, did this just get to me really late then? Oh, it did. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they reached out to me in the middle of September, but it didn't get to me until now. So it's actually already live, but it looks like. Oh. Oh. The change was it any boards made of wood, greenish slides on the side? Made of wood? Uh, the only. Okay, can someone Google, Barrett Collective and also the Mode one and also Functional Co. Those are the three wooden boards that come to mind immediately. Oh. Oh, Cormosh, what a. Okay, so this is kind of awkward because I thought this was going live at the end of this month, but turns out it's already live. Okay. So I guess I just got this one like pretty late, right? Oh yeah, there's strawberries. Boop. Oh shoot. This actually ends on the 24th. So you still have about 12 days to get it. Oh, thank you for the tier 1 for 10 months. Hello. Welcome back. Okay. But this is the R2. Okay. So now that we've figured out what the heck is going on. So this is actually already live, but there's still 12 days left in the group buy, and this is gonna be the R2. And there has been coverage, so looks like Alex built this one. This is the one I was sent. I want to say I also saw Captain Sterling build it as well. And then now we're building it. So we still do have some time. Whoa. Someone try to use an everyone tag. Womp womp. Auto banned. Did my mod see that? Okay, okay. But yeah. So group buy actually started September 24th and October 24th. So there is about 12 more days left in it. So if you're interested, I don't know who else is going to be building this, but yeah, we'll just look at it. We'll just check it out. Okay. Sorry, I was like a little confused, but now that we've sorted that out, let's just go into it. All right. I've been a little aloof lately because I've been so busy with different things, so can someone type out Barrett Collective? If you're looking for a custom wooden board, Barrett would probably be your best choice. Barrett also works with goblin keys that, yeah, there it is. Barrett also works with goblin keys to do custom keycaps, so if you're looking for something very specific, especially like keyboards, like the wooden one you're talking about, he's probably the one for you. Yeah, hopefully he's able to set you up with something. All right. But anyways, okay, let's get started. Yeah, of course. All right, so today we're building the Qi65. This is in group buy right now, but it's a 65% as you guys can see. This one is going to be the R2, right? R2 version. And looks like there are 7 colors. There's an ink green, a gray sand, a burgundy, dark gray, raw, anodized gray green, and a deep purple. So this one, what color is this one? Hold on. This color would be the what color is this one? This isn't the raw, it doesn't. Hold on. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, is it this one? This doesn't look like any of the color options other than raw, but this doesn't feel raw. Maybe it is. I wonder if this is a proto version? Maybe that's what's going on, or maybe it is the raw and it has like a certain finish to it. I'm not sure. But out of all the colors, this one looks like it could be the raw version. Okay, but anyways, but yeah, 65%. It does have a blocker. You can see the side bezels are very thin, whereas the top and bottom bezels are going to be a little thicker, but also, relatively thin. It's really interesting because if you look up close, check this out. The top bezel actually has, in the middle it's been milled out, and then the little diamond engraved right there, right? You don't see it on the bottom part, but you do see that little small detail on the top part. So that's cool. I mean, we don't really see detailed bezels like that very often. So it's almost like a crown or like a tiara, you know. You know, like Sailor Moon has like her little like headband dealio, her tiara. Kind of reminds me of that. But anyways, this board is pretty heavy. So the edges, they do have like the chamfer, so like a little lip all around. Yeah. So here is the side of the board. So very intricate side. It almost reminds me of like a Transformer's foot or something. But you have the top here. Let me move this real quick. So you have the top piece, you have like the accent middle piece, and then looks like this is the bottom piece. However, it looks like it's split into two, right? So you have this one piece, and then this is like your second piece. So this part is almost like the heel of the board, but at least that's what it looks like on the side. Um, this seems like a fake seam for the accent weight in the middle, right? Yeah, and then here you can see where the bottom piece and the top piece would meet together right here, creating a little small seam right there. And then this one, as we mentioned earlier, is like the fake one. So pretty complicated side. I'm kind of curious to open the board to see like how it all fits together. But yeah, probably one of the more complicated side pieces that I've seen, or side profiles that I've seen. Yeah, okay. And then here is the back. So you have the diamond shape right here. Very interesting, like accent weight, right? So this is like deeply recessed in. Here you can see the 4 diamond feet. So you see this shape also on the front, and then you also see it in the middle. So that's cool, right? And then once again, you see, so this one is on the bottom and the top, right? But it's slightly different. So while you have like the diamond feet, this one goes all the way across instead of like having a little diamond right here. But here you can see the branding right there. So they've actually flipped it, right? So on the front side, you have it on the top, but then on the back side, you have it on the bottom, right? And this is a pretty intricate weight if you look at it. Oh God, I gotta scoot in. But check this out. So you can see, right, it has been machined out, then raised a little bit, and then machined in again. So it almost looks like staircases, or if you want to say like ripples. You can see the cutout is not just like the diamond, it's actually like or it's cut out at an angle, right? So it almost looks like it's been folded in. And then here you can see, you know, there's lots of, it's like a pretty deep engraving. So really cool. There's a lot of small details that they've done to make it seem, you know, more intricate. And yeah, the cuts right here just make it seem like staircase, or it's almost like it's flowing down, right? And then it flows down into, there's something a little strange right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh God. But there is like, I see what it is. So it creates this weird wedge part. It's a pretty heavy board, but there is like this, it almost looks like it's not supposed to be there, but you see how, oh God, I gotta use both hands. Okay. You see right here how it has that like little wedge right there, but only on the bottom part, and that's because of, you see how this part has like that wedge right there, right? So it almost looks like it's not supposed to be there. but that's because of the wedge on the side. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, anyways, not an issue, it's just something weird. Well, I shouldn't say it's weird because that would imply that it's not supposed to be there. It's more like I see why it's there, right? And I would have thought it would be like completely, you know, like cut out, but instead they've opted to leave that little like this little bump right here. But it's not on this side. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if that was intentional, but they have it here, but they've cut it off here. Huh. Okay, so I'll show you guys again. So if you look right here, right? On camera, you can do it. If you look right here, it has that little piece right there. And I thought they would have just like cut it off. But if you look right here, they have cut it off. You see? They've actually shaved it off right here. So they've shaved it off right here, but they've kept this part on right here. Interesting. Oh, I see what it is. I see what it is, actually. This side is actually, do you remember when I was talking about these like grooves that kind of go down in the staircase? This one goes much deeper than this one, it seems. So the shadow is not as like noticeable. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you guys or if you're able to see that, but I'll ask them about it. Maybe it's a shadow thing and it's like playing tricks on me, but it does look a little different on the sides right here. Huh. All right. But anyways, so we have the USB port side, so you can see top and the bottom, and so this was that fake seam I was talking about on the side. It actually continues to the USB port side until it raises that it fades out. Right, so you can see that the fake seam actually starts to get deeper and deeper as it goes down here, or it's like lighter and lighter as it gets to the USB port side. Is a centered USB port, and then here you can see more of the branding of the board right here, right there. And then look at this. So similar to how the diamond weight is on the back, you know how it was kind of like folded or like cut at an angle. So you can see it like right here on this top piece. So they do it on the USB port side right here as well. Neat. And then here is the front lip. So you can see the seam with the bottom piece, and then looks like there's a little accent weight right here, but it doesn't go straight across. It does dip in the middle and then go back up. So it looks like with this board, we see a lot of, you know, dips and seams and symmetry, asymmetry. There's a lot going on in this board, like just in general. But yeah, it's heavy. I don't know if I'm just like tired because I worked out today, but the board itself is pretty heavy. Let me look at something real quick. These are adhesive. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. So the board was sent with these switches, but did you guys want me to swap it out? could swap it out. Oh. We did legs today at the gym and I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm trying to wake up. Yeah, I did legs and stream, yeah. Well, I didn't know I was going to be doing legs today, to be fair. Let's see. So there were no visible screws, and it looks like they're all in here. So let me see. Let me grab my tools. Yeah, I think I'm like especially tired because I had to do, well, I didn't have to do it, but we did squats today, so. Cat is meowing. Okay, so it looks like the silver version was from the R1, but R2 they're not doing it, so. Connor, you know the drill. Huh? Please, Connor, I'm trying to do a review stream. I can't. Oh my god. Okay. So it looks like you have the 4 screws, so the heel of the board right here, right? And then this is the bottom piece of it. And then let's see how this works. Okay. Okay. So very interesting because you have the 4 screws on the top, right? So this has like anchor points where you see how these are like slightly up. So these are to help you align. So bottom, top piece, and it actually hides the case screws. So to disassemble this, you need to take off the 4 screws for the top and the bottom. And then from here, you can see the 4 corner screws. So a total of 8 screws. But as you can see, like this will go right here. And then once you remove it, here are the 4 corner screws. It's a different size. Okay. Hey, Elvin. Are you at work right now? Oh my god. Okay, so let's see. Boop. Okay, top piece is off. Okay. This is out. Okay, so looking at this, right? So here is the bottom piece. Looks like there's a few things to note in here. So first of all, these were the 4 screws keeping the top and bottom piece, or pseudo pieces, in. Looks like here are the gaskets of the board. So 3 on top, 2 on the bottom, right? You do have all the alphas, space bar, the stabilizer parts milled out on the bottom case. And then here I see 3 little silicone bump-ons. Not sure what this is for exactly, but might be for... I don't know what for. Maybe for the acoustics as well, but you can see, there are these like little pieces right here. So I'll show you guys real quick. So you can see these little pieces. 1, 2, 3. I want to say it's almost maybe like to prevent it, like to prevent the PCB from touching potentially, but I mean that's why they've milled this out. So I'm not sure why these are here entirely. Let's see. Oh, there is a notion. Let's do an educated guess. Okay. So on this Notion page, basically the changes from R1 to R2, because I didn't build the R1, so I don't have like a comparison point, but from R1 to R2. So R1 used 4mm gaskets with a top 3, bottom 2 layout, avoiding the space bar. Okay. So for R2, they swapped to thicker gaskets. Increased gasket thickness for better case pressure and tighter tolerance. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is to basically give better case pressure and tighter tolerances, from what I'm understanding. Yeah, okay. I've never seen... Okay, yeah. These are anti-bottom out silicone slots to prevent shorting and reduce hollowness. So that's what these 3 things are for. I've never seen anything like this, so that's interesting. Interesting to see. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so they changed, I guess, the gasket thickness, and then maintain the mounting point layout while adjusting spacebar support asymmetry. So as you can see, maybe on this bottom piece, oh, hold on, just so I don't lose this. But they have cut out the spacebar area. Hello, clam baby. You can see right here. Boop, cut out. Okay, but yeah, this mid piece is actually where a lot of the heft of the board is coming from. So if you're deconstructing this board, like not including the plate or the PCB, you basically have these like 2 sleeves or heels, and then you have the top piece, and then you have the mid piece. So the bottom piece of this board is not an entire piece by itself, it's actually 2 separate pieces. So 2 separate pieces, 1 full top plate or top case, and then the mid one. So theoretically three, but technically four pieces that the case is comprised of. And then one thing to note that the gaskets up here, they're also on the top side as well. So you can see, you know, three on the top, two on the bottom, and then they're found on the mid piece and also on the top plate. Or top plate. I keep saying top plate. Top case. Yeah. So like this. Oop. Okay, so there are a lot of plates that it was given. It looks like for plate options, you have alu, carbon fiber, PP, alu half plate, and carbon fiber half plate. Right, so looks like I don't have any half plate options, but we can look at this one plate and see. Ooh, okay. So this one is the carbon fiber. So you got a lot of things going on here. So first of all, the circles right there, those are for, you know, the case screws, right? It's not for like any switch or anything. It is for the screws. The tabs on the plate actually have little, I'm not sure if leaf spring or is the right term, but basically they have like these little relief cuts, right, on the tabs. So you can see, you know, where the switches are, there are like the little relief cuts. They just have like one big one right here. You can see the space bar they've added, or they've cut out right here as well. Also, any, like these have been cut out. So these, I wouldn't say are necessarily flex cuts, nor does the board have like a bunch of flex cuts, if any at all. But there are some parts that have been cut out, especially around like the spacebar area and like the tab mounting areas, right? I don't know if all the plates are the same. Let's see. So this one looks like it is the, let's see. I've, I have two carbon fiber plates. What is this one? Okay, so this one is the alu plate, right? And kind of the same-ish thing, right? So you do have the relief cuts on the gasket tabs, the circles. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same exact thing for both plates. I thought it had a lot of plate options, but it looks like they are all very similar, except this one is actually slightly different. This one, if you look right here, the space bar, like tabs right here, have been cut out, right? So to kind of show you guys a side-by-side comparison. Hello, Matt. You can see the bottom of the spacebar part has been cut out. I'm guessing this has to be like an R1, R2 type of deal. Um, yeah. So looks like this is maybe, actually, I don't know. Why are there different plates? I was gonna guess that it was like an R2, R1 difference, but oh, is it not working? Is my bot not working? I'll try it again. Maybe it'll work now. Huh. The nut jar worked. Okay, I'm gonna assume these are the old plates and then these are the new plates. Right, because it looks like the... Oh, yeah. That's the other thing to note. Oh, it's so strange. All the plates are like slightly different in their own way. So I'm just gonna show you guys. So if you look at this, this is the R1 full, right? So it looks like R1 did have this part cut out. And then if you look at the R2, so the main difference now is you can see it's like the 4 and then like the 2 relief cuts instead of just the 1. But that doesn't make sense because the ones we have 4 relief cuts. Oh no. Okay, well, unfortunately I don't know which one are the R1 or R2 because they're all slightly different. And the pictures don't really match up with the Notion page. So, yeah, you can see like this carbon fiber, like the 2 carbon fibers right here. You can see how there are the 2 squares right here, but not on here, right? And then you can see this cutout has been completely taken off, whereas this one still has it. As for what plate you guys will get in group buy, I'm not sure. I will have to ask. I'll have to ask. It's a bit confusing. They did mention they changed the plates, but I have like a couple of duplicates in here. This one is the PP plate. So I'm guessing these are the R2 plates. Because they did mention that the PP plates, they decided not to do the relief cuts on the tabs. So I'm only going to be using these 2 plates just because I think that's like the safest thing to do. As for these, I'm not really sure. Yeah. They did give us a bunch of plate options, so I'm wondering if that's just like for them to like test or whatnot, but we're just gonna use these 2, right? So we're gonna use the carbon fiber and the PP plate. Hi, Iher. Hello. Okay, but today I don't have to do stabilizers, and there was no foam that came with the board. So, yeah. Just finished movie night. Oh, we're gonna start ours pretty soon. Oh my god, I forgot those were in there again. What movies did you guys watch? Why are you hating Monday? Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, it is. It's because Oxy, who's in the UK, is it starts at we start at the time we do because it's technically like 4 a.m. for him. Yeah, we're gonna watch the rest of Memories, and we started watching this like TV series show. It's like The Haunting of something. Am I leaving Thursday? Yes, I am. Don't leave. I'll be back before you guys know it. Qi65 R2. I'll be back before you guys know it, okay? Besides, so many people will be streaming TwitchCon. You could just if anyone streams Artist Alley and they go by my booth. Tomorrow, my sister is getting her ears cleaned, and I'm gonna go with her, and that will be interesting. I know, but she's getting paid to do it, so. Yeah, clean professionally, like they're trying to market. They're trying to market it. Oh, I heard, look. Look! My nails! The little strawberries. I got it done for TwitchCon. Yeah, so she is getting them cleaned professionally, and I need to help her record. Or she needs, like, help recording, so. Oh, really? I've seen, like, horror videos where, like, they go get their ears cleaned out and there's, like, bugs coming out. Like, what the heck? How do you not feel a bug in your ear? I don't know. They say, like, it gets stuck in the wax and then it, like, suffocates and dies, and I'm like, bruh. That is so gross. Is it? Is it an older people thing? I don't know. I've seen how some men live in. I don't know about that one. I've lost my faith in people and hygiene. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So, I'm not gonna be using these switches. I'm actually gonna use different ones. Let me go grab them. I grabbed a random one. Alright, this objective here. Objective is normally so good at, like... Actually, I'm not gonna use these. I've changed my mind. These have really bad leaf spring thing, that's why. Okay, which one are these? These are Bee Sun. Some kind of ocean one. I didn't write the name on the bags, I should have. Oh, are they the potion ones? Wait, potion? I said ocean. You guys. Hello, the Adept. How are you doing? They're actually the ocean tactiles. Wow! I was just guessing. Well, they did a good job if I guessed correctly. These are the wing tree ones. Good. I've been really busy the last few days, but finally doing a build stream. Got my nails done. They're strawberries. I'm showing everyone and their mothers, but I don't get my nails done very often, but I figured, you know what? I'm gonna sell keyboards at TwitchCon and my nails gotta look good. Can't be selling keyboards and having people looking at my crusty nails, so I got them done. How cute, thank you. It's been a pretty quiet night. So today I actually made lemon butter chicken. However, I got Costco chicken thighs and I didn't know it was like bone in, skin on. So it's my first time cooking with that, like for my lemon butter. Normally I do boneless chicken thighs, but this one had bones and the skin. So I did cook it like a little longer and it was so good because the skin added like a lot. My store only sells it the boneless with skinless, but like when I order like teriyaki chicken at this one restaurant that my parents used to take us a lot, they'll ask you if you want skin on or skin off, and I always get skin on because it's just so good. It's my HEB. I love my HEB. But anyways, so my first time cooking with well, the bone was like a lot of blood coming out, which I didn't mind, but I cooked it for my dogs. Because when I bought it, it came in like a big 6-pack, right? So we just I made some for the dogs today too. They got the... Well, we had to take the bones out because dogs can't have chicken bones, but it's very tasty. The crunch on the skin was just like, oof. Oof. And then I did go to the gym today, and we did leg day. It was so brutal because normally when we do like deadlifts or squats, we start with that first. Because that's like when I have the most energy and like, I'm like fresh, you know? However, my trainer made me do e extensions, and then what, I don't know, the ones where you like curl your legs in, are they also extensions? Curls? Okay, yeah, so I had to do the leg curls, leg extensions. So I did both of those, and he's like, all right, time to go do squats. And so I was already really tired from all of that, and then having to do squats was like really brutal. And then after I was done with the squats, I'm like, oh, thank God we're done. And he's like, all right, time to do single leg hip thrust. I'm like, I want to die. I want to die. Help me. So that was really hard. Yeah, single leg hip thrust. Yeah. You want to kill yourself? Do single leg hip thrust. So we did that. And then we did some, what's it called? Like the twists. Well, actually a long time ago, I told my trainer I didn't want to do hip thrusts anymore because, hip thrusts is how you get a booty, right? Like that's, like girlies love doing hip thrusts because it's how they build their booties, right? But I actually told my trainer, like, I don't want to do hip thrusts anymore because I don't fit my jeans. Like, it's hard to put my jeans on. Like, it's just, like, if I can, like, get it past my butt, great. But if I can't, like, I don't want to do it. And so we stopped doing hip thrust, for a long time, but then we started doing them again because he's like, you can't just avoid it. Like, okay. Have you seen that guy that does like workout camps for women, just yells at them all day? I've not. Hi, Meep. Meep, look at my nails. They're strawberries. Thank you. I mean, hip thrusts are really good if you're trying to grow a booty. It's like especially hard for men for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because men don't work out their glutes. Hip thrust's gonna make you sore. We'll do single leg weighted hip thrust. Oh my god. I mean, God. Your girlfriend says you have no booty. Well, time to do hip thrust. Men with no booty's just sad. Yeah, me and Insty know. We watch all these movies, and when they show a guy's butt, no booty, we're just sad. No butt. I mean, they don't even have a belly. It's just no butt. I'm still thinking about the Joaquin random scene, and it's like, what was the point of that scene? Like, like, did you just want to show us that? Like, did he just want people to know, hey, by the way? It's like, what the heck? Yeah, I got my nails done. They're strawberries. I also got them short enough so I can still type. That was the most important part. The only one we know that has a butt is Robert Pattinson. It's harder to grow calves. Yeah, but this is gonna sound a little stereotypical, but we have like the farmer calves, so I feel like Asians either have no calves or their calves are fucking huge. Yeah, but I don't know. We got the rice farmer calves, so there's this one guy in Shaolin Soccer, but not Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle. What's his name? Uh, the they call him Coolie. No, he was one of the characters that got killed, but he had massive calves. Yeah, the leg guy, yeah. I don't remember. I want to say he was the leg guy. He had like he had like this on his like back with like the weight, like the rice bags, and he was like carrying them. That's the only description. Yeah, the leg guy. Yeah, he died to the musicians. You have calves. I don't know. Calves don't really do much for girls, do they? Oh shoot, I forgot. Do you know that Jet 2 Holiday? Do you know that's an actual song? I heard the actual song today in Alta and I was like, this is an actual song? Well, the song in the background, because the lady is like, nothing beats a Jet 2 Holiday, and then the song in the background's like the singing is actually a song, like a full-on song. I had no clue. I mean, you never know. Hi, Elvo. Did you just wake up? Good morning. You made it? Nice. Oh, Ness. Oh, wait, Ness. Saying your name, I just remembered. I need to ask PC Low Butter. I'm so sorry, completely forgot. Yeah. I will do it after the stream. Oh, so sorry. Actually, can one of my mods do it right now? PC Low Letter, does this work? Nessa's trying to replace a JST, but wasn't sure if it was gonna work. And I was gonna ask this for the IPPO. I posted in mod chat and basically he wants to know if that JST can be used to replace that. Oh no. I feel like moving is always so stressful. Especially if you haven't moved in a long time. Oh, Couple, can you at PC Low Letter and be like, PC, does this work? I'm just a bill. Well, any hot ladies with a Subaru? I wish. If only it were that easy. Subaru stonks would be so high if you could pull hot ladies by owning one, okay? But it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Subaru drivers are the worst? What the heck? I think Tesla drivers or BMW drivers are the worst. Can I use these? Do you guys mind? I've been wanting to use these. Do you like them? They're so pretty, right? They have 3 different colors, but these are the WS amber keycaps. This is the teal one, but they have 3 other colors. And I'm kind of tempted to get like the yellow ones. They're transparent. They kind of look like ice cubes almost. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, give me one sec. Keycaps. They are right here. Uh, they are right here. Wait, oh god. I don't know why OBS doesn't let me like paste in the chat. Sorry. I'm trying to do this with paste? Oh, right there. So they have a Kiss of the Sun, a Mountain Teal, and a Blossom Lilac. So this is PC, production method double shot. Keycap profile OSA. Columbus Day is tomorrow? It's actually Canadian Thanksgiving. Blue Valentine with Ryan Gosling. Is that like the Blue Ocean one? I feel like we don't like Ryan Gosling. Or is that Chris Evans? Who is it we don't like? Chris Pratt. I think that's who we don't like. Tom Cruise. He's just a Scientologist, right? Tom Cruise. That's what I said. He's just a Scientologist, right? Scientology. Also, is a different term for it. Stop talking. Okay, sorry. Blue Valentine is a romance movie. I was baited. There was one movie, we're watching Memories, the rest of the Memories movie. And then the horror. We're continuing the horror show we started. But you haven't missed much. Okay, well, we can watch it after you go to bed then. If you don't want to watch the scary show. Okay, well, what movie should we watch then? We're watching the rest of Memories. It was the lady in the ship. They went to answer the distress signal. And the guy was getting bamboozled by fucking AI. You don't remember that one? Yes, they're in space and they get a distress signal. So they go and it's a ship owned by an opera lady. And apparently she's been baiting people to go there and keeps them there forever with like their memories. Oh, you have the original? Do you? I don't know who the original was, so. Yeah, and they had that one bozo guy who was like, I'm her lover. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's that one. Compatibility is actually pretty good. There's no stepped caps lock though, right? It's okay, we'll do regular caps then. Yeah, so the movie is just about like different memories. Like that's the theme. So there's two more in the series. Oh, the step caps is right here. I just couldn't see it. It's so translucent, couldn't see it. But it's actually right here. So they do have it, which is good. Do I see a tiny shift? I do right here. Oh, Ricky. Because you have the original maker of the set, or what? Watching both of the stories. It's just hard to read. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how it is with these translucent sets, right? It's not the right. I like the way it sounds so far, though. Okay. Do you guys know that actress, what's her name? She passed away recently, but her death was, like, overshadowed. I want to say it's Michelle something. She was in a lot of, like, the TV shows back then, or, like, no, not that. She would have been 40 this year. I want to say she was, Sally, no. Was she in Buffy? She was in, like, one of those, like, TV shows. Like Michelle, not Michelle. Was it Michelle? Yeah. Her, yes. Yeah, she did. Yeah, I picked it because I liked it. It's like a flower. Yeah, really sad, right? But it was like, her birthday yesterday. I remember I saw a few, like, posts saying, like, she would have been, 40 today. So sad. Rest in peace. Sorry. Okay. Let's see if I can type with these nails. They're using what keycaps are these called again? WSC Amber. Uh, yeah, I don't know who that is. Sorry. Who is pinging me? Insti, is that you? No, it's not you. It's so sad because the rep at QK that I've been talking to for like months is she's leaving. I'm so sad. And I don't know how to express my gratitude in Chinese. Yeah. Well, because I got an email from QWERTY and they're like, we love your videos. We would love to collaborate with you. I'm like, bro, I talked to you guys on Instagram already. Like, what do you mean you would love to talk to me? So I thought it was a scam. So I ignored it. And then they're like, hello, we're following up. Would you be interested in collaborating with us? So then I sent the QWERTY to Instagram. I was like, hey, I'm getting this email. Is this a scam? And she's just like, oh, that's the new team. They're taking over. That email is legit. She's like, DM this person on Discord. So I did, and she's like, yes, I did send that email. I like, let's just collaborate on here. And I was like, okay. And then the lady was like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm being replaced. I'm like, oh. Oh. But she was always really nice. So I'm a little sad. She'd always be like, 可爱,谢谢. I'm like, she basically like, so good, so cute. Thank you for your hard work. No, no, there it's like a different team or something. There's some internal stuff going on, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let me mute. Alright, chat. Hello, Cloudy. So we're gonna do a sound test real quick, but this is the
This is a Qi or Qi, however you want to say it, 65 R2. We're using Ocean tactile switches. These are WS Amber keycaps in teal. And this is with the carbon fiber plate.
Okay, what do you guys think? I was tapping a little slower because I got my nails done, so I'm kind of not used to it, but I think it sounded really pleasant. I think a large part of it is also like the keycap materials for this, but yeah. Hmm. Hmm. What do you guys think? In terms of like typing feel, this is like pretty consistent like throughout. Like it's not a stiff typing experience, but it is very like sturdy. If that makes sense. The spacebar part is like a little interesting. Hmm. Yeah, right. Hmm. Okay, let's see how it sounds with the PP plate, and then we'll be done. It is like a little shorter stream because we got movie night, but also the stabilizer are already like done, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, it sounds okay to me too. These are a tactile switch as well. Was it nice to have your stabs? Yeah. I mean, I actually have stabs like ready to go here too in case. These keycaps are on sale. If you guys do buy from them, please consider using my affiliate link. I kind of like Legos. Yep, in the Discord every Sunday. We've had a few new people join us for movie nights. Yeah, we do it pretty late. We do it at like 11 p.m. CST, but that's because Oxy Man, who hosts most of it for us, is he's in the UK, so I understand it's like a little too late for some people, but if you guys want to join, we do watch, especially like if you're a night owl. Yeah, anywhere from like 11 to 12. I felt bad last week. I like fell asleep and I didn't wake up, but I don't know what movie you guys watched. I joined in late, so I was like, what the hell's going on? But I think if they ever did like a Hercules live action, Austin Butler should be young Hercules. We're watching the rest of... So it's called Memories. It's an old... That's an old anime series. So you know the guy who created Akira? So it's just an anthology? Is that what it's called? Is that the correct term? But it's all like these 3 short stories about like related to memories. Oxy has the list of all the movies we've watched for movie night. I don't know if Insty has that on hand. But yes, it was very nice that everything was kind of just like done for me. So I have time to... I'll actually make it to movie night. Sometimes it's so jarring, like the range of like the movies. I think part of it there is like cultural differences. But there was like one movie we watched, The Last Dance. All the Asians were like fucking dying. And then all the non-Asians were like, why are you guys so sad? Like, I don't get it. It doesn't hit like that. Like, so there's definitely some like yeah. Also, it's like we also have very peculiar, not peculiar taste, but it's like people have established what they like and don't like, right? And then it's kind of like, oh god, who picked this movie? Oh, they did? Okay. That makes sense, you know? Not gonna name any names, but let's just say it's very clear who picked the movie. I don't know, like, this is gonna sound a little weird. Um, I don't know why there's like a part of my brain that just likes to watch like weird, messed up stuff. I don't know what it is. And it's like, I actually don't like watching romance, but I love reading webtoons with romance. Um, and I love watching horror films or like really messed up, deep psychological horror movies. Um, so there's a lot of Japanese movies that like really fill that role, but I don't know. I don't know what part of me that came from. I don't know if there's some kind of like psychological or some kind of reasoning. Together. I don't think so. Do you have the link? Let me look. I am so bad with film names. Nope. Have not watched this. The one I've been waiting to watch is the one where it's like Good Boy, and it's about a dog, and it's told through the dog's perspective and watching his owner being haunted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But there's never been a movie where it's about the dog's perspective. So imagine you're the dog and you see the ghost and it just looks really fucking scary. And all you can do is bark, and your owner's just like, calm down, boy. You know, it's like, you don't realize there's freaking a ghost about to eat your head. Like, furry-ish. What? No one mentioned anything about being a furry. Are you okay, Avu? What is that YouTube video? Oh, is it? Oh, I see. I don't know. I've... Yeah, there's some movies, like with, like, Vin, I know that he would hate. But same with Avo. And same with Insty, you know? Like... No, I'm saying, like, there are movies we'll watch, and I'm like, oh god, Avo would hate this. Or, oh god, Insty would hate this. You know who's the worst? Vin. Vin's not even watching, and he's like, this movie's so bad. And it's like, you haven't even been watching. And it's like, yeah, but from my limited watching, it's bad. I'm like, okay. They're related? I can't wait until TwitchCon is over, because then I can start doing my ceramics again. I haven't been going in very often, because I've been, like, so busy. I'm just ready to, like, finally, you know. There's a third Hemsworth? But I don't really know celebrities, so. Westworld. Is Westworld the show where they're like robots and people could do like very decrepit things to them, but it's okay because they're robots? and then they start to learn. I see. I never watch it. No, the person's not in here. I don't think that person watches my stream very often. Okay. Garby, hello. Garby, do you listen to Young Gravy? Thanks for the raid, Garby. Hello. You don't know who that is? That's fine. Your life is probably better that way. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. How you doing? Oh, hello, cat. Hello, cat. Why can't I hear? Like my stream or... Yeah, Avo. If you're in Austin, you could go with us to the ear cleaning place. My sister's going to go get her ears professionally cleaned tomorrow. And she texts me, she's like, you wanna go? But I don't know if that means like I'm also getting my ears cleaned as well, but I'm gonna brag to you guys. When I went to go get my molds for my IEMs, the audiologist looked inside my ear, was like, huh, you have one of the cleanest ears I've ever seen. Like, you clean them? I'm like, yes, with a Q-tip. And he's like, you know you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, yes. But you also just validated my decisions. Using a Q-tip to clean. And said, he gave me a sample, was like, you're supposed to use this like oil that like basically melts your earwax, right? So it's something weird, but yeah. It's something very strange. He's like, yeah, try this in the future. But I never did. Well, I have oily earwax. I don't have dry. So it does get really gross. Yeah, it works, but still gross, so I just... Yeah, if you guys didn't know that, there's different earwax types, by the way. Do you guys remember when, good night, Matt. Do you remember when we were looking it up and some person was like, I just asked one of my friends who is a girl what type of earwax she has, and she got really mad at me and said that's like a personal question and I shouldn't be asking people that because it's really rude. And he was like, am I the asshole? I was, I don't know. I feel like there's way worse questions you could ask about someone than like, what type of earwax do you have? But but then again, it's like I think I would also feel a little weirded out if some random guy I was talking to was like, "Hey yo, baby, what type of earwax you got?" You know, like yeah, sure, maybe, but I guess it depends. Someone's poo. I guess it depends on the scenario in which they're asking about your poo. Boop. Almost done. You know, speaking of that, my trainer was telling me how, yeah, it's called getting a colonoscopy, right? My trainer was telling me how, this guy they were trying to find from the gym because there was this girl that this guy was like stalking, and she basically had talked to him like a few times here and there. However, he just started getting like a little creepy, and you know, would like she felt like he was like following her one day, like she would get up, he would get up, you know, type of dealy. And so she actually told like the front desk people like, "Hey, this guy's been kind of weird. I've talked to him a few times. He's like asked me out, but I've declined him." And basically she told the front desk people that, you know, if anything happens to me, you guys know about it ahead of time. Long story short is that she said no to him, and then one day um, he followed her out to her car, and I guess he like approached her and like wouldn't let her into her car, but was basically like, you know, I have one question for you, and you know, I really want you to do it. But he was just like, "Can you like poo on me?" Basically, he's like, "This is gonna be a really weird question, and please don't let it freak you out, but would you consider shitting on me?" You know? And she basically had to like run back inside and be like, "This guy is insane. Like, just asked me to do that." And yeah. Yeah. And so they have cameras, and then like yeah, they saw that, you know, he had you know, followed her outside, and yeah, she was like extremely freaked out, and they haven't seen him since, but damn, you know, like, oh my gosh. And my trainer said that they haven't seen him since, but that's like really crazy. Because apparently the guy had like tried asking her out on a date a few times, and she's just like, "No, no, I'm not interested." Um, until I guess finally he couldn't like take it anymore. He's like, "Okay, you don't have to go on a date with me, but would you please consider me like doing this for me?" Oh, I forgot. And then he was like, "They have spoken before, yeah," because he's like, "Oh, I see you at the gym all the time. Like, would you like to go on a date with me?" And she's just like, "No, I'm good," you know. And then she's like uncomfortable. And then she kind of noticed that he'd always be staring and that like he would follow her around the gym. So that's why one day she like told the staff to be like, you know, like this guy's making me really uncomfortable. Like he hasn't done anything, but in any case, like I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. And then after that incident, after he kind of like cornered her and like approached her, she basically asked like from now on if, you know, someone could always like walk her out to the car. She just like wasn't very comfortable. Um, yeah, she basically like ran back in and was like crying, was like he approached me and he asked me to like do this to him, and she's like, I don't even like what the fuck. You know, I would like what do you even say to that? What do you say to that, you know? But yeah. I was thinking about that because Matt asked, you know. Yeah, I mean, I just realized these are both page down, but what do you say to that? Also, like, if you're seeing someone for a long time, or if you're seeing someone and you really like them, and all of a sudden, like, if they were to ask you to kind of like fulfill like a fetish of theirs, it's like, what do you do in that scenario? You know? I mean, say it doesn't align. I heard that video of the guy who called police because he was trying to follow a girl around, show his music, and she ran away. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like things are also like especially scary these days, so if some guy was following me around, like I would probably I would do something about it too. It's scary, you never know. It's like did you guys hear about that one influencer who passed away recently? She was murdered. Like she was a Korean streamer, and she had one person who basically like would donate a lot of money and like quote unquote get her brand deals, but it was like a scam, and she basically like blocked him, was like please stop, and she was like live streaming and he went and found her. She like went missing. Later on, CCTV saw this guy like trying to pull a suitcase up the mountain, and yeah, and she was in that suitcase. Yeah, that was really sad. Like like you never know, you know. My sister told me to like not like don't do IRL streams. It's just like don't do it, it's scary, but yeah, you just never know with people. Okay, this next one is PP plates, but here's the build, and this is the last one. Then we'll talk about the board. Sorry if I scared anyone with these stories. I feel a little bad talking about them, but just know there are some crazy people out there. I know, I'm not buying this keyboard. It gives me bad memories. I know, I'm sorry.
Alright, chat. So this one is with the PP plate, but still ocean tactile and the WS amber.
No RGB. Sounds good. Yeah, the PP plate and the carbon fiber plate sounded a lot different. I mean, yes, it will sound different because it's like, different materials, but um I think in terms of like consistency with like the alpha rows and the mods that carbon fiber was more consistent, whereas the um, PP plate, it's like the alpha or like this mo row is like significantly louder than say like the other boards or the other rows. It didn't sound bad. I did think this one actually sounded a bit louder than the carbon fiber as well. Oh my gosh, who added that? Looks so good on my desk. Yeah, it kind of matches this, right? Hello, Frank. Frank Frank was in Frank just did an interview recently. Do you want to share the link, Frank? I prefer the Superior sound, I think. Yeah, this one sounds a lot like more lively. Podcast. Do you have the link for us? Frank was interviewed. Ooh. Okay. But let's talk about the board. They give you so much gaskets. What the heck? You guys go watch it. Or go listen to it, I should say. Alright. Oh shoot, you know what? I didn't even... Oh, my YouTube. Okay, okay. Inomushiki. Yeah, congrats, Frank. NPR. Oh, you like it? They're strawberries. You guys, I'm considering not going to TwitchCon because there is a Shiba Inu festival in Austin the same weekend as TwitchCon. And I feel like I have to go to a Shiba Inu festival. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I want to. Okay, sorry, I was reading something real quick. Okay, but yeah, so we just finished this build and we'll talk about it. I just made sure I wasn't ignoring people on YouTube because sometimes I do that. But this is the Qi or the key or however you want to say it, 65. This is the R2. It's actually in group buy right now. It's live for about 12 more days. All right, let me move my mic back. But yeah, 65% gasket mounted keyboard. YouTube people aren't real, yeah. But yeah, this is the top, and then this is my favorite part of the top part. You can see that there is a little diamond. So the whole theme of this board, what you'll see is there's a lot of like fake seams. There's a lot of, diamonds throughout the board, or like the diamond shape, right? There's a more accurate shape name for it. It's not rapazoid. What is it? Trapezoid? Anyways, so there's like the diamond shape, right? The sim signal, right? The sim diamond. But yeah, there's just, in terms of design, you'll see the diamond throughout the board. You'll see, you know, this seams. You also see like the fading in and out. Rhombus. Okay, that's what it is. But yeah, so here you can see this one up top. Here on the side, so here's what I was talking about, right? So you see this is the mid piece, which is actually where all the weight of the board comes from. Here you can see the fake seam. Here you can see the seam between the top and the bottom. This board is interesting because the bottom piece is actually two separate pieces, right? So you got the heel part and then you have the flat part, right? Alien, please. But yeah, so this is the mid piece, which is where most of the heft comes from. And it's also the piece that you can change whenever you're buying or looking at the product page, right? So you can change this like accent piece if you'd like. Here is the back. So once again, with the triangle, here are more triangles. And then, you know how earlier I said it has like the themes of like fading in and out. So you can see here, this is kind of like the staircase, you know, it's really faint here, but then it gets like deeper and deeper, and the seam here you can see it has like the nice slope going in. It's almost like what is it called? There's a word for it. Anyways, I can't think of the word, but it's not just, you know, a very straight cut, like there are diagonal cuts found throughout the board. And it kind of looks like, you know, with the diamond, how if you want the diamond to look, you know, more like 2D or 3D, they'll do like the shading where it's like darker. So it kind of has that effect, right? It kind of looks more like three-dimensional by doing all these like cuts and not just like the straight, right? And then here, once again, while it was on the top on the front, on the bottom is actually where you see, you know, like the branding. And in the front, it has like the diamond, but here, this is like characters. And then the feet also match the diamond theme. So diamond, 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 right? So that's the back. And then here you have the USB port side. So you see more branding right here. You can see the top, the middle seam, the bottom piece, and then you can see, oh, it's almost like an origami where you make like the creases. That's kind of what it reminds me of, right? But centered USB port. And then here's the front lip. So you do have this piece, which is going to be the same color as your middle piece. And then you can really see like the top and bottom. Hello, Esther. But this board, the design on the outside is pretty complicated or more complex, but in terms of like internally, right? Just like how the board works. To open the case, it's a little bit more complicated, but it is a single mounting board, so it just uses the gaskets, right? Pour on gaskets. But the board opens up a little differently. It's almost like, not quite like how Qi65 opens, but you basically have the four screws. So I'll show you guys real quick. So if you're ever assembling or disassembling this board, these are the keys that you will need to remove. So the escape and the 1, the backspace and the home key, the left shift and the Z key, and then the right shift. But basically how this works is it is a screwless case design, meaning there's no like visible screws on the outside. They're all hidden on the underneath the keys. However, this one is a little bit more complicated than the other designs because you have on the bottom, right, you have the top and bottom piece, right? So this is one piece on its own, and then this is a second piece. So two pieces separate. What you do is these are held on by 2 screws each, so a total of 4. What you do is you would stick your tool into this hole and then unscrew it like this. Unscrew it. And then from here, you would lift up the mid piece. There are anchor points on the 2 pieces to help you align, so you don't have to worry about that. But you remove it, and here you can see the bottom piece is 2 separate pieces, and then you have these parts that are raised up. This is like alignment or anchor points to help you, you know, make sure you have it in the right place whenever you're screwing it in. But basically, once you've removed these bottom pieces, you would flip it over and you can see where the case screws are like hidden, right? So this is what attaches the mid piece to the top case. So you can see the 4. And then if you were to put this one back, you can see it's hidden, right? So it's a different way to implement the hidden case screws. It is a little bit more complex in terms of like assembly or disassembly. But here you can see like the anchor tabs or the anchor points kind of keep it in place or to help you align it. But it is my first time seeing like the bottom part being 2 separate pieces. So that's pretty interesting. And then another unique thing about this board is that it actually has 3 internal silicone parts, but I'll show you guys pictures and the product page. I actually didn't look up how much this starts for, but how much this starts at, but it looks like, let's see. It looks like this starts at $349. But here, I'll just show you guys the product page. Hello, Fat Free. What's up? Okay, so sorry ahead of time for the flashbang. Wait, unless... Oh no, there's no dark mode. Unless... Is there a dark mode? Does Unikey have a dark mode? I don't think so. Okay. It's gonna be really bright, so pepper yourselves, but... So this is the product page from Unikeys. Here you can see the 7 different colors. So they are a bit different from the R1, but you have green, you have ink green, gray sand. Oh, that's weird. The burgundy, the dark gray, the gray green, the deep purple, and there's a raw. The weight options, so you do have a couple. I didn't talk about this too much, but you have brass, copper, powder coated brass dark gray, powder coated brass black, sandblasted stainless steel, powder coated copper dark gray, and powder coated copper black. So 7 different options. PCB, you have both hot swap and solder. Plates, you have the 5 options: alu, carbon fiber, PP, alu half plate, carbon fiber, half plate, and then all your add-ons, right? So my colorway is actually, I don't know if, because there are R1 colors and there are R2 colors, right? So this photo, this is the unit that Alex built right here. So here you can see that. But there's actually a Notion page, but we'll look at the IC first. So here you can see the IC. You can see all the additional colors. Looks like red was not in this round. But here is the Notion page. So if you wanted to see more information, let's see. I think these are for, are these for R1? This might be for R1. Is it? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so here is all the details. So basically, this is the designer's like explanation about how he started designing this. Front side. They show you. They'll tell you what the characters mean. Central diamond. Okay, so here is the important part. So between the R1 and R2, right, they have made some changes. So the first thing is basically they're trying to fix the internal shifting, case bottom contact, and socket shortening. So socket with like hot swap. So here they show you the different plates. So from R1 to R2, and you could see how they've changed, right? So the biggest thing would be noting the relief cuts on the tabs. So you go from 1. The ones I had here actually had 4, but on the renders here it has like the 2. They've made more cuts on the spacebar area, and they've also they've removed it for PP plate because it's a softer plate, so it doesn't have any of the relief cuts, right? So R2, they swapped to thicker gaskets. Increased gasket thickness for better case pressure and tighter tolerance, so there's a shift. And then here, yeah, the PP plate was also adjusted. Here is explosive view, and then what I was talking about were the N-type bottom silicon slots. So that's something I haven't seen before, but basically you have like these little slots right here, right? These like little cutouts, and that's to prevent any anti-bottoming out. Was a switch meta now? I don't know. It's all like HMX these days. But yeah, and then here are all the colorways you can get. So I'm pretty sure this one is a silver moon with the I'm gonna say it's also a silver. Has anything notable been released in like 2 years? Notable? Type K was, well, like fulfilled in the last 2 years, or like I'm pretty sure this is gonna be that, but Switch wise, I don't know. I feel like you mean really popular? I'd say in terms of switches, it would mostly be the ones that Bowl have released, like La Orange or yeah. Yeah. I would look at Bowl, the ones that Bowl have made. Yeah, Bowl's designed a few switches. Yes. So this one is going to be the stainless steel. So the silver one doesn't look like it's on here, unfortunately. I mean, I think I have macchiato because that's like the ones I have on hand. It's not that I'm a fan. It's just it's probably because it's what I have on hand and also like the boards I've had to like disassemble. I'm like, oh, I disassembled it. Oh, I have switches. Ew, okay, let's just use them again. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this colorway is available for the group buy, but if you're interested, it does look like it's a stainless steel, the sandblasted stainless steel middle piece. It is using the hot swap PCB, so solder is going to be a little cheaper. All the plates cost the same, and your weight options are going to change, right? And then I don't have the case color. This one's not the raw. I'm pretty sure it's not. It doesn't feel like it, but yeah. But anyways, sorry. I feel like I was going on an adventure trying to figure out like what I had. But this is going to be the R2 round, so if you're interested, it is live for another 12 days, ends on what? Hold on. I just had it open. Why did I close it out? What is wrong? Ends on the 24th. So yeah, that's the build. If you guys wanted to know my opinion, I think in terms of design-wise, this is a very pretty board. There's a lot of things going on, but it's not like obnoxious. There was one board I built recently, I don't remember, but the tech bear, right? Oh yeah, I took it off. I took it off to show like how to remove it. Um, there's a lot of intricate design elements on the board, but they're all pretty subtle for the most part. It's not anything like obnoxious like the tech bear, you know, there's a lot going on and you know, you either love it or hate it. Same with this board, right? Um, this one, I think, actually very beautifully designed. I think it's interesting how the bottom piece is not like one solid piece, um, or it's like separate pieces, I should say, and then the whole like, you know, having to do the 4 screws, flipping it over, removing that, and then taking off the additional 4 screws, I think can be a little annoying, but I mean, this board also does seem like one that you build it and that you're like, it's good to go. Uh, Interesting they added like the anti-silicon bump-ons, but I think the reason they added that is because the board is using gasket mount. And they probably added that in as like an extra precaution because they said one of the changes they made was making it like the gasket's a lot thicker and also to prevent it to like slide around. So I think just in case they added that as well while also making the gaskets like a lot thicker. So it's interesting to see that because normally you see, you know, like alignment tabs or force break mods, but this is like the first time I've seen like anti-bottoming out silicone bump ons, you know, so that was really interesting. Overall though, I think board wise pretty solid. I'd say it definitely is more pricey, but also because it is like a lot more intricately designed, I wouldn't say this is like a budget board. Um, but if you're looking for a more high-end, complicated, intricate keyboard, like this will scratch that. But it is very beautiful. I will say I do like the design, but yeah, that's the board. Thank you, Unikeys, for sending it out. Um, yeah, that's it. Patty, do you like Neo Ergo? I do, yes. I'm really into GMK Warp. Oh, yes. Cut here, future me. Yeah. Okay, bye, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Kim, for chatting. Bye bye, YouTube.